Okay, so here are our three main trig functions. These are the ones that we'll be dealing with mainly. Sometimes when we're looking for one of the other three, we'll start by finding one of these three and then taking the reciprocal of the answer to get the other three. Okay, so the reciprocal of the sine function is the cosecant function. That means that if we take the sine function and turn it into a fraction by putting it over 1 and then flip it, take its reciprocal, we'll end up with 1 over the sine of theta. All right? So the cosecant is the reciprocal of the sine function, which means that that will be the reciprocal of the definition. So that's going to give you the hypotenuse over the opposite. The reciprocal of the cosine function is the secant function. Okay? So if we turn the cosine function into a fraction by putting it over 1 and we flip it, we get the reciprocal of the cosine is equal to the secant, and the definition of secant then will be the reciprocal of this definition, which will be the hypotenuse over the adjacent. And lastly, the reciprocal of the tangent function is the cotangent function. Okay? So if we turn the tangent function into a fraction by putting it over 1 and we flip it, we get its reciprocal, 1 over the tangent of theta, and that will be equal to the reciprocal of the definition. So the definition for the cotangent becomes the adjacent over the opposite. And there are our 6 trig functions and their definitions. But I do want to point out that a lot of times if they ask you for one of these 3, what you want to do is find one of these and then take its reciprocal to get one of these. All right? So if they ask you for the secant, you may first find the cosine and then take its reciprocal, and that will give you the secant. All right? Thank you.